Okay, I always call this guy the wisdom guy. He's kind of the spiritual teacher. Okay, so you've probably seen memes on the internet that say something to the effect of it's kind of a Buddhist idea that you're in control of your reactions to external reality. So, if something on the exterior happens that's disappointing, it's up to you to not react disappointed. In other words, you should always be looking for the silver lining in things. So, I'm trying to evaluate this teaching whether it makes sense. Well, and then I thought, well, okay, well, it doesn't really matter where I am. If I'm tired and there's a couch and a blanket and a pillow, I'm really happy to go lie down on that couch no matter where it is. So, but then I started thinking, yes, that's true when you're tired, but when you're awake, what's the point of being in a physical form if you can't be disappointed in your physical surroundings? In other words, if you are like me and you never leave your town, and your town is a really butt ugly city, and after you've been here for 7 years without a vacation, shouldn't you be justified in feeling like, I hate this city. It's really butt ugly. I've been everywhere multiple times. And so, it's basically, my physicality is so that I can explore physical places. And um, there's no place good to explore in my city. I've been there a million times. And, you know, I mean, the Buddhist would say, well, you're there in that city and it's up to you to feel good about it. Well, I can go find a couch when I'm tired and lie down, but, as far as my physicality goes, I don't see the point of being in a physical body if you can't explore physicality throughout this enormous globe. And how many of us really have the wherewithal to travel? Most people are going to laugh and say, well, I've been on lots of trips. I've been on lots of trips too. But, well, the past 7 years, I haven't really been out very far from my city. And someone's going to say, well, that's your issue. You should just go. But I'm trying to evaluate this Buddhist teaching. It's not about me choosing to go out of town. It's about me evaluating this Buddhist teaching that it's my internal state is under my control. And even if I'm stuck in where I'm stuck, I shouldn't feel like I'm got cabin fever and I don't know how long I got to go silent. My friend King Clancy, he's getting really antsy. He's getting really antsy while I go quiet. He's going, hurry up, say something, say something. And, what do I get when I'm going quiet? Well, I'm thinking about, when Clancy and I go driving around in my old car, we're driving around this same old town. Are we bored? Um, in the moment when we're driving around town, we're not bored at all. We're not. We're constantly looking, and I know it's the same old street, but my eyes and his eyes go to different places. And what does it mean? Like that's what we do the whole time. It's like, you know, it's like, look at that, and I go look at that, and it's like, what's that about? We're looking for like secret messages because we're so knowing about these secret messages that the universe keeps giving us. So we're constantly hyper alert. Like, what does that mean? And sometimes it's like, I don't know. And then, later on we think about it and we still might not know. And it's like a puzzle. It's like, why was it that, my eyes were drawn to that particular sign or, some house? Sometimes it's just a house and it's just, an average house, but if the houses aren't cookie cutter in my town, a little bit, but sometimes they're just a little bit different house. Why was it that my eyes were drawn? It's not like I'm moving my eyes around. It's like I'm driving, and then all of a sudden my eyes are like flashing over there, and there's something to see. And Clancy's the same way. So we're like, what does it mean? Because we're always looking for what is the universe trying to show us. And sometimes it's like license plates, and, it's just never the same drive twice when we drive around this same old boring shithole town. It's never the same because we know it's a butt ugly town. We know we've driven this town. It is a butt ugly town. Strip malls, potholes in the road, the same old gas stations, but we notice today it's in the middle of winter and they've been putting salt on the streets, but it's a kind of a sunny, warm day and it's a Sunday and everyone washed their car. You really notice it because most of the time in the winter, the cars are filthy. But today, everyone washed their car. We noticed that. So, back to the Buddhist thing. If you are stuck in a dumpy old city and you're feeling like, I hate it here, we understand the feeling because I'm sitting in the basement, and that's what's coming to my mind is I'm sick of this town. I'm sick of this basement. But, Clancy reminded me, he said, no, we drive around and we really don't get bored. Sometimes it's like we've got an old CD player. It's like we've listened to this CD enough, we'll put the radio on for a while or change the CD out. We go to the library to get the CDs. But, it doesn't work 100% of the time for us. In other words, we still have times when we don't feel good about the situation. And a lot of times it's not about, that we're living in a dumpy town. It's because we have these ascension symptoms. Ascension symptoms are physical symptoms that make you feel ill, but they're not due to any real illness. They're ascension symptoms, and you can go on the internet, and I do encourage you to go look up ascension symptoms and see if you got any, because most of them are really shitty, but some of them are incredibly interesting. So the shitty ones are migraine headaches, ringing in the ear, very dry eyes, sometimes skin irritation, aches and pains in the body, heart palpitations, weird feelings like in your feet. Clancy says maybe you have burning sensations, electric. It feels like you've got electricity running through your body. Sometimes it's uncontrolled movement of your body. Like you find you're doing a weird shake or something. Getting very fatigued and tired during the day. You want to take a nap, and you never know when you're going to feel like you want a nap. So those are sort of the drawbacks, but the cool ascension symptoms are enhanced synchronicities, in other words, coincidences, deja vus, and, symbolisms that the universe is giving you to figure out. Um, I think I said in another video earlier today that we were at a bar and somebody ordered pizza, and I wasn't hungry, but Clancy said to me, there's pizza over there. Wouldn't you like some pizza? And I'm like, I don't really care one way or another. And the next thing you know, a young lady came over and brought us pizza at our table. So, that was just like, we didn't ask for the pizza. We kind of thought, well, if it came, we'd eat it. It'd be nice. And if it doesn't come, then it's no big whoop, but it came. And it was like, we had just thought about it that way. And that's the way it worked out. I mean, it was just like so odd. It was basically the universe working through this young lady to bring us some pizza, just to say, yeah, that's the way it's going to work for you. So, Bob Frizzell, our movie producer, he said a long time ago that when we get to the fifth dimension, you have to throw away your appointment book because you don't need appointments with people. Synchronicity will bring what you need to you. It's all organized by the universe. And I try and explain this to people who got the fluoride stare. I told you what that is before. The fluoride stare is people who are not awake to synchronicities, coincidences, deja vus, clairaudience, that's hearing people psychically. They're completely asleep to all this stuff, and that's what I call the fluoride stare. They call it fluoride because some people say if you have too much fluoride in your water or in your toothpaste that it calcifies your third eye up here and doesn't work properly. Is it true? No, I don't think it's true. But people say that because they see so many people who don't seem to be awake to these amazing ascension symptoms. Anyways, so what am I going to, Clancy's not going to answer the question why it is that I haven't left town in 7 years. But I'll tell you, the reason is the universe doesn't want this body to leave town. How do I know? Because I've told you in a number of lectures, following the guide of Dr. David R. Hawkins' book, Letting Go. It's Dr. David R. Hawkins. He was a psychiatrist from New York, and then he went into doing consciousness research. A lot of people think I'm talking about Hawking, the physicist who was in the wheelchair most of his life with ALS. Not that guy. This is a different guy, the psychiatrist David R. Hawkins. And his book, Letting Go, was all about letting go of your ego, constantly letting go. And then the Matt Kahn lecture about the letting go of the inner conflict, which is letting go of control of your body. That's a fascinating thing to do, and I've talked about it a number of times. But that's what we've done with this body. We've let go of telling it what to do. And it has been kept here in this crappy old town by the universe. What possible reason would the universe have for it? Well, we don't really know. We have to go with what some of the commentators on YouTube say. Some of the psychics say that light workers have been put in different places all over the world to hold the vibration of a high vibration in certain geographic areas. And we think this body has got an aura and it's been placed in this crappy town because somebody has to be in all over the place. And, well, the rest of it's another lecture, but that's what they say. It's because a Gaia, or the planetary spirit, wants to ascend to the fifth dimension, and it needs a lot of light workers in human form to be stationed all over the world to hold the vibration and to keep the ley lines clean. Ley lines, you have to look it up, but it's basically energy lines on the planet. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and tune in tomorrow.